Ashcan Comics Pub. I want to go to a pub. For $10 a month, what do you get? Two Ashcan Comics. I don't know if they're both going to be sequential, like full-length comic books, or they're both going to be like flash fiction, or one of each. But March was the first month that I did this, and I got one of each, a full-length and a flash fiction. So I got Oath number 2. I got lots of cool swag too. And here it is. Look, www.patreon.com/LindyArt. So I got Oath number 2. I want number 1 because previously this guy died. His sister did a thing with an amulet, brought him back to life, imbued him with mystical powers. He met somebody. Tell me, what is it you see? Life. And what will you do with it? Love. Will you? How so? Protect. Oakson, this is a noble oath, and by such a name you will be known. Oath, Earth's mightiest defender and champion of peace. That looks really good. Back here. Let's go look. I'm sure there's lots of Easter eggs in here that I'm missing. I think that's Jurassic Park. That might be something. I don't know. Batman, Joker. Don't know what he's wrong. This looks really good. I want number 3, and I want number 1, fellas. I don't know if you could do that for me. And then I got Old School Monsters. This is flash fiction. There's 8 stories in here. But I want to read the cover story of this Frankenstein. Look at this dude. He looks menacing but sympathetic all at the same time. I think this is great. So that's by Bruce Patnod. I hope I said that right. And the story is written by Matthew Skinny Veely. The Ballad of Otis Stien by Matthew Skinny Veely. Have you heard the tale of Otis Stien? A hard-working man who was doing just fine. Doing just fine and working to the bone. Ain't no price too high to keep his family in home. He was working one night, tending to his still, when an explosion tore him from head to heel. It was a grotesque sight, you know it's true. His wife grabbed his parts and she grabbed his shoes. Mary prayed to the old one she knew would help. Save my husband before we're sentenced to hell. I can't work this farm. I can't let him go. So please mend his muscles and mend his bones. The sky grew dark, and it started to rain blood. The earth did quake and swallowed the flood. An answer was given in a thunderous blast. You gotta sew him back together and make it fast. Grabbing some twine, she started to thread, holding back vomit while attaching his head. This ain't as easy as mending a dress, but if this is what it takes, I gotta do my best. Hours were spent on backwoods surgery, sweat dripping from her brow as she worked over the knee. She started to hum as she finished the toes. Please, old ones, let this cure my woes. Have you heard the tale of Otis Stien? A hard-working man not allowed to die. Unable to die because Mary couldn't let go. Ain't no price too high to keep her family in home. Looking at his body, laid on the slab, Mary couldn't fathom what she did was bad. His arm starts to tremble and his face makes a scowl. Otis, you're alive, she started to howl. Rising from the slab, he stumbled towards her. The cat rubbed his leg and it started to purr. Otis grabbed the feline and tried to pet, but he pet too hard and broke his neck. Horrified, Mary shrieked, scaring him off. He ran from the barn, he ran into the crop. The night was too dark for Mary to give chase, so she fell to her knees and started to pray. Great old ones, won't you hear my pleas? I just wanted Otis back, not a zombie. If I'm in danger, won't you drop him dead before I lose my mind and lose my head? Nothing but silence was their only reply. Mary knew then she was destined to die. Out in the fields, out in the cold, Otis roamed aimlessly without a soul. Have you heard the tale of Mary Stien, a desperate woman who's about to die? About to die because she couldn't let go. The price ended up costing her her family and home. She turned to bed, unable to sleep. Shotgun in hand, she could only weep. I should have let him go, she would cry. Please, old dear ones, don't let me die. Seeing the sun rise, she fell into a slumber. Frightening nightmares dragged her under. Visions of Otis tearing her limb from limb and piecing her together like she did him. How can you love me and condemn me to hell? You've sullied my soul, Otis continued to yell. I'll never find peace if I could never die. I thought you loved me, he finally cried. Outside of her dreams, crashing steps approached. Otis looked on her sleeping, about to reproach. Suddenly, Mary awoke, jerking out of bed. But it was too late. The shotgun blew off her head. Have you heard the tale of Otis Stien, a modern-day monster who just wanted to die? But now he roams the earth, longing for his mate, never forgetting her terrible fate. So that was just one of the stories in this. And Bruce, that looks great. And I think the two of you really, really captured this really well. He's scary. That looks like a teddy bear, but it's a cat. It's their cat. But there's a sort of a softness, a likability about him. Like he's relatable, but horrifying. So this is Ashcan Comics Pub. www.patreon.com/Lindy Art. Check it out. I think it's worth it.